Hello, I'm Jose, and this is the Cinematic Dogma podcast. I'm joined as every week by my summer friend, Blake.
Thanks, Jose. It's good to be here. I've been swamped.
What did we watch this time?
We watched the 2001 Argentine film, The Swamp, and you will have to say the name in Spanish.
La Ciénaga.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to say that.
No worries. I'm surprised because they translated it as The Swamp, but I thought that it was more like a Mars. It's that there is like other words like a Mars is smaller, no?
A marsh, or is it like bog? B-O-G?
Oh yeah, like a bog kind of thing. That's what I expected because the swamp, in my mind, they're always like pretty large surface.
Interesting. I wondered because, like, this film, interestingly, the title is translated only in, 30% of websites that I went to. Most of the places it's just called the title in Spanish.
Yeah. So why did you want us to watch La Ciénaga?
I was just having a conversation with ChatGPT, completely not asking it for film recommendations, but somehow it brought up a list of 5 movies that were David Lynch-esque, but international films. And it brought up this film. It was Argentine. It was 24 years old. I looked into it. It had, it was pretty well respected. It had not weird reviews, but the reviews were like, this is an uncommon film. It just sounded interesting. My husband's from Argentina. I was like, well, let's give it a try.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. As this was, and you hadn't watched it before, no?
I had not watched this before, no.
Okay, interesting. Hey, so as this was your pick, I guess that I need to summarize it. I may just focus a tiny bit on the main tones of the movie, and it's a 24-year-old movie, so I may get into some spoiler territory without caring too much.
Also, the film doesn't have like a traditional linear narrative with like climax resolution, so just do what you can.
There is a climax, but it's okay. Let me just summarize it. Basically, this follows like the life, not the life, but a bit more about like the people that they live in a house that is falling apart by a swamp or a marsh or a bog. We don't know. They have a swimming pool, but it's clearly that it has seen better times in the past. The matriarch of that movie, Mecha, I think that is her name, she gets into an accident. Basically, I mean, she's drunk, she falls by the swimming pool, and she gets like some cuts in her body. So we see how she goes like to the doctor, and then she has to just hold at home like for a while in bed. And she started like just getting more grumpy, like other people, like her son that lives in Buenos Aires actually comes to visit, and other relatives that they live in Salta, close by, this is in the northwest part, they go to visit too, and we see some vignettes of how everyone is hurt one way or another.
Yep.
That's it. It's weird.
And they plan a trip to Bolivia.
That never really happens because they say it's like, oh, it's going to be cheaper driving for 3 hours to Bolivia than actually buying all of the school supplies that the kids need. And they never do. So it's almost like this is a vibe movie more than actually like a story movie.
That's a interesting comment. Are you feel like you're done with the synopsis?
I think that I'm done with the synopsis because it's such a weird movie that we can talk about specific scenes on the flight. It's just about like family lives in a decaying house, matriarch has an accident, relatives come to visit from time to time, everything is decaying. The end.
So I did read the New York Times review of this film because I didn't understand it. or maybe I did, but I wanted to understand it more.
You wanted to understand it like the New York Times.
And the entire point of the New York Times review is that this is not a narrative. It's about a mood, like you said. Like it's just a vibe about being.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a vibe about Argentina. It's a vibe about like, hey, this is a decaying country that it always like, oh, let's do this. It's going to be so exciting. It's like, no, I prefer to stay in bed. I'm good. Thank you. And I'm going to be complaining about other things.
Yeah. I don't even know what else there is to say about this. Like it's just it's a bizarre film.
Well, let me just ask you point blank. Did you like it?
I did not, but just because it's not bad. It's just kind of boring. Like you watch this family kind of just decay like their property, and there's not much that happens. And
there is, well, all of them are pretty horny. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of like incestuous undertones and not incestuous.
Well, it's not incestuous, but it's like I don't understand who. So there is also like some classism, like in Argentina.
Some.
A lot, like in Argentina. So the daughter is in love with the maid that the matriarch wants to fire. Then the brother comes from Buenos Aires, and he is involved with a woman that used to be his father lover.
It's all very twisted.
But who is in love? You know that there is like some sexual innuendo between the son Jose and a girl. Is like, who is that girl?
Isn't it also the daughter of Mecha?
I'm not sure, because if it's the daughter of Mecha, it's his sister. It's weird.
Right. I'm pretty sure that's why I said it was incestuous undertones, because, like, regardless of whether or not it's actual, there's definitely allusions to it. It alludes to a lot of stuff that's under the surface. Decay that might not be immediately visible, but it's happening.
It's like a process. Yeah. I honestly, I'm a bit in between. I think that artistically is amazing. It's like I just felt it's like, okay, what you have done, like only having the diegetic music for a couple of times and just like building this vibe, is that you are not in the mood for love. It's just because I think that's the first movie that it comes to my mind if I think about a vibe movie. You're definitely not in the mood for love.
Oh, that's exactly the movie I thought about too.
Yeah, that is a very like clear example about like you actually use all of the elements for just building this mood. This is more bare bones, sadder, like a bit more depressing and oppressive, you know, that it just leaves me with a bit of a now it ends. It just left me like the first time that I watched the Virgin Suicides. That is and then it ends.
Oh, that's an interesting comparison. I would argue, though, that at least the Virgin Suicide had it had like an emotional release. Like it was like satisfying in a way. Not that the girls killed themselves, but there was a full story. Like there was a resolution.
Yeah.
Here, there's
if
just
you care,
none of that.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's the spoiler alert. I'm not going to create a tag for this.
Nobody's going to watch this movie.
No. At the end, the kid. So, what is the relationship between like the woman that lives in Salta and Mecha? They're cousins, I think. They're not sisters. I think that they're cousins.
I never quite understood, but sure.
They only say it once, and I think that then we see like his family, that is like herself, 2 daughters, that every single time that they're on the screen I just want to slap them on the face, and the son that is like a 6-year-old kid, and the husband, and there's like a bit of hey, they live in an apartment in Salta, they look like a healthier family, a bit healthier
to an
than
extent,
the other guy.
yeah.
To an extent, because they're also Argentinians.
They are cousins. I just looked it up.
Okay. And then the resolution on the movie is like the kid dies. So there is like a lot of metaphorical stuff about like the kid mentions that it's like, hey, I'm afraid of that dog. What about if the dog that is like around the corner breaks the wall, like on their backyard that they have, well, in the patio that they have. I said, no, that's never going to happen. So he actually has curiosity. He climbs a ladder for just seeing the dog, but he cannot get to see the dog before he falls from the ladder and he dies. And he's like, he dies basically alone there. So I feel it's like, oh, there is like a lot of metaphorical stuff going on here that I think that artistically is amazing. Now, as you said, it's not a fun movie to watch. It's not. I mean, In the Mood for Love is a vibe movie, but it's super fun to watch because every scene is like just millimetrically calculated. This feels a bit of a close-up takes, horniness, and decay, and permutations of this.
But it's fun to feel like you're in love. If the director could make us feel like we're in a semi-tropical, too hot northern Argentina and we're miserable.
I mean, he succeeds on that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's a bad movie. It's not an easy watch because the pace is weird and it's like it succeeds on building that vibe, but that vibe is not a too enjoyable one. It's like, for example, like you realize that it has to be like crazy hot in there, but we never see anyone like really sweating like crazy. So they sell you that fantasy without like going an extra mile. It's a bit more like the script actually works, the acting works, is that the whole idea, the whole concept, it actually works. I would be curious about. Did you watch it with your husband?
No.
Did he know it?
He knew. So when I decided to watch it, I asked him. He knew of the film, but he had never seen it. He said it made. He wasn't living in Argentina at the time, but it made a splash among Argentines.
Gotcha. I think that there has to be a lot of cultural stuff, that I may know like a tiny bit about. Like has to be like about how Lucrecia Martel, the director, actually looks at her own country, or at least that area about like, hey, you used to be good, but it's that you are in a bit of a slowdown. And this was 2001.
I know. We've had 24 more years of basically what was happening in
going
that film.
Down. So yeah, it was an interesting experience. It's like I don't regret watching it.
I don't either. It's interesting. Yeah. It's an interesting experience. I just don't know that I don't know. I would be. Yep. Let me put it this way. I am very interested to watch another film by this director.
What a pity that she didn't end up directing Black Widow.
Which I just learned she was being considered to direct the 2020 Marvel film Black Widow. Marvel, right? She's not DC?
Marvel. Okay. No, I think that is Marvel. It may be like one of those cases like Chloe Zhao. Like the one from Nomadland. That then she went to direct Eternals.
Oh.
A Marvel movie. And it was like, what the fuck happened here? And it's interesting because Nomadland is also another like, hey, it doesn't have like a clear narrative. It's just a vibe.
I'd be super curious why she was considered.
Who?
The director.
Martel?
Yeah. For Black Widow. There's also we also didn't call out that there's a consistent storyline about the Virgin Mary that's appearing. And the news is covering it, and that's actually how the film ends. Is the daughter tries to go find the Virgin Mary, or she comes back from trying to find. The Virgin Mary.
It's a bit more about like there is a build up into oh my god, it appeared in this neighborhood, and then more and more people see the Virgin, and then this girl goes and is like, I didn't see shit. I didn't see anything. That I found hilarious. Yeah, she didn't appear to me. She was busy appearing somewhere else. So it was that part is interesting. It has to have like another like symbology about like why she quote unquote didn't see the Virgin.
Well, because it's not real.
I know, but it's like everyone else says that they are seeing it because of looking more interesting in front of the TV. Like just like, hey, I want to be popular for 3 minutes because I also saw the Virgin here.
People, I don't know what your experience was, but in Argentina, the number of times I was told like a painting of Christ cries at certain times, like people I know personally, they really like that stuff down there.
That's the Italian heritage. You remember the Dolce Vita?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That sequence with the kids. So yeah, I thought about that. I thought about the Dolce Vita. That I was like, okay, I get it. Italian. This is the Italian part.
Also, I'm pretty sure some animals were absolutely harmed in the making of this film, and
It was 2001. Yeah.
not down with that. Also,
Yeah.
Mecha casually calls her waitstaff to their faces savages because they're Indian American, which
Yep.
was a lot. Watching the animal cruelty and that as if it were just naturally part of life, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is natural part of life in Argentina.
I understand. I'm just saying, when we look at whether this is timely or timeless, I'll have a specific answer.
I know, but it also depends if you're watching it in Argentina or here, because it's like you have been in Argentina many times in the last 10 years, and probably you can tell me it's like if you have seen like a social progress that is like, oh yeah, definitely they wouldn't call like someone savage to their face.
To their face. Once they walked away, there would be a brief discussion.
Discussion. They will be like, clearly are they savage? Yes, they are. Okay. Let's go over the questions.
Let's do it, because I don't know what else to say about this film.
Yeah. Okay, no, you're going to tell me. Would you watch it again?
So put down yes. I wouldn't watch it in like the next few years. I would want to watch a couple other films by this director, and then I would probably revisit it. But it would be a more conscious, like, hey, let's reapproach this film and try and dissect it. But yeah, I would watch it, but in the distant future.
Yeah, the same here. It was an experience that I think that I would like to have again, and just check how would I relate to it.
I would also like to watch it with my husband and have him explain certain things.
Yeah. Would you recommend La Ciénaga?
Ooh, the answer to that right now is no. I don't understand it well enough to recommend it. I don't know anybody that would like this film besides you. So
that's what I was going to be asking you. Is like, if we hadn't watched these together, would you have recommended it to me?
I would have presented you the facts and said, I would like to hear what you think, but I'm not going to ask you to watch this.
But you didn't find it like interesting, so like you didn't find it interesting enough for actually, hey, I want to have a conversation about it.
I wouldn't ask for I'm not confident enough to ask for 2 hours of your time to spend on this. Yeah.
Okay, fair. I don't know who I would recommend it to. You know, it's like I think that from the cultural perspective, I would be interested in just hearing an Argentinian's opinion about it. But if I would make an Argentinian watch this movie, I wouldn't.
You should write to your cousins.
No, because that would imply me writing to my cousins, you know, so no. Would you remember La Ciénaga?
I will remember the wireframes of this, but I'm going to forget like a lot. So I guess the answer is no. I'm not going to remember the vast majority of this.
I would only remember decaying family in decaying house. And I don't think that should. Yeah, I don't think that should qualify as. Yeah, is that I wouldn't remember that she had an accident. I would remember that she is trapped at home. You know, that she doesn't want to leave, like the house or even the bedroom. It's like I don't remember this. I won't remember that the kid dies. It's like I won't remember the horniness. It's like I won't remember anything at all.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah. Is there anything artistic about it?
Yeah, I think this director has some things to say, and she has the tools to figure out how to say it. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I fully agree. That's I bet you very, how to say, correctly said that is I was bored. For me, is that I was bored, but at the same time, I was saying, but it's really well made.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
and it's
maybe
like,
boring isn't the right. It's just slow as hell.
yeah, it's a bit more about like if you are playing your cards for building a vibe, this is one of the drawbacks. That is that you are not so interested in just giving me a progression on the story. So I'm not going to be attached to anything that is on the screen besides the underlying tone that you are building up. So yes, it's artistic. It has a trade-off, but artistic it is. Is it a timeless piece?
So the animal stuff and the racism, I do feel kind of rooted in a specific time. I don't know in Argentina if it does, but that felt like, yeah, this is a product of the past. So I would have to say time. No. Timeless.
Timeless? Okay. I'm going with timeless because essentially what we're saying is like, oh, a decaying family in a decaying house. And just like going down a slope. It's like, yeah, that's Argentina 24 years after. It's timeless. I have the feeling that at this point it's like no one can have hopes that is like, you know which country is going to rebound? Argentina. It's like, probably not. Probably
For fun after this, go look at the exchange rate of the Argentine peso to USD from 2001 to 2025.
My God.
It's like a black diamond ski slope. Just
I like that. But yeah, timeless. I feel like it's timeless. Even if I'm joking about Argentina, but it's like, I think that the concept is timeless. About
I
like
agree.
how you could just like enter into this kind of festering feedback loop, unhealthy spiral, and just like keep going down.
Yep.
Right. Would you turn this into a TV show?
I would not. Mostly because I'm still trying to wrap my arms around what this is to begin with. So let's just keep it a film for now.
Okay. I agree. I think that this works for building a vibe as a single experience. I don't think that I would want to watch like 45 minutes every week of let's build up this vibe of dread and decadence every single week. It's like, no, I'm good. Once is enough. Now, could this have been a short?
Do you remember how long the film is?
You said 2 hours, no?
I that was just, I pulled that out of the air. It did feel like it was not a 90-minute film.
It was a 103.
103. Okay, so an hour and 45. I honestly, I don't think, no, this could not have been a short and gotten across the vibe, as you say.
Yeah, I think the same. It's one of those that you can argue that maybe you can cut some stuff or put some stuff differently, but it's like if at the end it's about building a vibe, it's a slow pace vibe. So you need more than an hour. Yeah. Now, do you think this movie could have been better?
If I don't know is an option, I don't know, because I literally don't. I don't know what to say.
I'm going to go with no. Say like no, from the perspective that is like, okay, it connected to me as a vibe. If it was a vibe that I wanted to have, probably not. If you could make it more entertaining, maybe, but I think that you would be draining from the vibe, and then it would turn into a different movie. It could be like a general story about like, oh my God, like a dark comedy of the family trying to survive like the accident of the matriarch, and just adding Ricardo Darín.
So, fun fact, this script won the Sundance Institute Award in 1999 for Best Script, but the jury suggested she rewrite the script to follow a more traditional structure around one or two protagonists, and she said, no, thank you.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, I don't. I think that it's bold. It's a movie. I think that it's actually a good movie, but it's a hard to digest movie. I am super happy that we live in a world that there is movies like this, that they are more conceptual, you know, and they actually try to do less of the standard of, hey, just tell me the story of the mother and the son that comes back and blah blah blah. It's like, no, no, I just give you pieces and just do whatever the fuck you want with them.
Yeah, I agree. Like we've said several times, this is more an experience, less than a here's a story, plot,
Yep.
conflict, resolution.
Yep. Hey, let's score this. This was your pick, so I guess that I have to score first.
Yes, you
Okay.
do.
My score is going to be a 7.
Oh, okay. My score is a 7.5.
Oh well.
And again, this is a temporary score until I really dig in and figure out what the fuck I just watched.
Yeah. So some time ago, we're watching like another movie on the cinema that I mentioned. That is like I walk away and I didn't know exactly what I watched.
What was it?
On this one, it was The Roses.
Oh,
This one, I walk away like, okay, I think I know what I watched, and it has merit, like doing something like this. But is this something that I really wanted to watch?
yeah. This is something I walked away with way more questions than answers. And I wasn't looking for answers, but I walked away just with like, what? In the best way possible. Not,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. How you actually like just build? Do you need to build a tapestry of the relationships of these people? And the answer is probably not. Just like the general idea, and that has merit into it. I'm going to be like throwing all of these characters. They're like properly written. I don't develop any of them. It makes you think about like, hey, why the song almost lost an eye? What happened there?
And you know, she said the script is based on memories of her own family, and this is the way memories work, right? Like this is like you remember this, and they're not necessarily connected, and it's fluid. And
yeah, this may be like, hey, her mother maybe had an accident one summer, and she remembers that summer basically they didn't do anything, and it was a parade of other people like coming to visit and just being trapped in the village life. So, I like it. Honestly, and it's hard to recommend, as we were saying earlier, but I don't think there is a movie to avoid if
agreed.
people want to experiment something different.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Anything else to say about La Ciénaga?
No. No. That's it.
To everyone out there, thank you so much for listening.
And until next time.
Bye.